This is Scott Olson, owner of Trinity Sports Camps, and a while back we posted a video on our Run With Power blog that was designed to teach you how to build a more efficient and more powerful stride by utilizing some advanced moves on the stairs. Today we want to take that to the next level and give you even more that you can use on the stairs to help build that efficiency and power in your stride. As an added bonus, we also want to make sure that you have a complete program that you can follow, so that at the end of the video we'll put up on the screen a complete sprinter's version and distance runner's version of how you can utilize these great techniques on the stairs to help build a more efficient and powerful stride. Alright, what we want to do is review the moves from the last video in case you didn't get a chance to see it. So Josh is going to demonstrate some of the exercises we showed you from the first one. The first exercise is crab step-ups. Josh will put his palms down on the first stair, and he's going to step one foot up and then the other. And notice how low he stays in his hips. Again, the emphasis of this is that you're trying to gain the power from the hips itself. And then Josh, go ahead and go to 2 stairs. Again, just a different angle, takes a little bit more power through the hip to be able to get up. And then one more time, show him 3 now. Then on that last one, go 4. There we go, very good. Now on the way down is where we want to introduce you to some of the new exercises. The first one is a knee hug. Okay, nothing fancy, but what it again is going to do is it's going to elongate the muscles through the posterior portion of the leg, through the glutes, through the upper hamstring. Never waste an opportunity to be able to be utilizing an exercise that's going to increase your efficiency. So rather than just walk down the stairs or run down the stairs, at all times be giving your body the necessary stimulus to be increasing its efficiency. Okay, now go to wide knee hugs. Here's another new one that we want to show you. Same concept, slightly different angle. You pull a little bit more in from the, at this point you're getting into the adductors, lengthening out the adductors, still a lot of hamstring involved. But 2 great moves that you can do is recovery on the way down from a great stair routine that are also going to be designed to help increase your muscular efficiency. Next exercise was the Stork walk. Okay, and we'll go start with 1, then we'll go to 2, 3, and 4 again. Stork walk, just hands on the hips so your shoulders and neck area stays real relaxed, just like you would want them while you're running. Then all you're doing is just a high knee walk. You're just picking the knee up as high as you can. Go ahead and go to 2. And again, with each increase in the number of stairs, now go to 3. The power requirement out of the hips and out of the muscles around the pelvis becomes higher. Go and finish with that 3rd. You can go to a 4th, you can go to a 5th. I mean, you can go to as high of a level as you want, as long as you have the power and the ability to control it. Okay, another new move on the way down is a spread foot squat. So Josh is going to just widen his feet out. Hands will stay out in front of him, so again the upper body stays nice and relaxed. And the goal is to try and drop down until your glutes actually hit the stair above you. Great exercise for building range of motion and the power to go with the range of motion in your stride. Flexibility is great, but true power through range of motion is what you're looking for in order to be able to increase the power and the efficiency in your stride. Okay. On the next one, we'll go to a regular full squat. Same concept, bring the feet all the way underneath the hips now. Drop straight down. Again, you're trying to get as much posterior tilt on the pelvis at the bottom of the motion as you can. That'll help elongate through the glutes. It's going to help elongate the muscles in the lumbar spine. Josh has put his hands up behind his head now to help keep the back straighter, to help keep the shoulders tall. Both of those moves, again, is an opportunity for you to increase the amount of efficiency that your body is gaining as you're using the stairs. It'll have a direct result and a direct impact on the amount of power in your stride. Again, from the old one was the lateral duck walk. Lateral duck walk, we'll just go straight to 1 stair here. And again, now you're just introducing more abduction and adduction into the workout. Keep in mind that running is more than just flexion and extension. With all the angle changes, any turning that you do on your runs, you want to have power and stability as you're going through the lateral motions of the hip as well. Okay, now from this position, just go ahead and crawl backwards on the way down, Josh. This is one of the moves that we showed you from the first video on the way down. It's a coordination exercise. Helps to increase balance. Okay, now using the other leg, go 2 stairs. So Josh will lead with the left now. And again, the increase in the number of stairs means the increase in the amount of power that he's going to have to generate in his hips to be capable of doing the move. And then we'll just have him do a regular stork walk on the way down. And then 2 more moves from the first video. One of them is going to be frog hop. Frog hop is a more complicated version of the crab step up. It causes you to have to be more bilateral in your movement as you're pulling both hips together at the same time in order to be able to generate the power to pull both feet up onto the next stair. Go ahead and go to 2. Again, the higher the number of stairs you go, the greater amount of power you have to generate. Go ahead and go to 3 and 4. And again, you can go as high as you want to go. And this time, just go ahead and walk backwards on the way down, Josh. Feel free to do as many stairs as you can control from a power standpoint. Obviously, we're on concrete today, so be careful on trying too many on the first trip. It can get a little iffy on your shins. And the last one we showed you was the bear crawl. Josh already did this one down. We'll have him do it on the way up. Just go about halfway up and then back down crawling. Again, a great introductory move onto the stairs. Doesn't seem like much, but the coordination and the balance that it takes for a beginning athlete, for an athlete that's just getting back into running from a long layoff, this is a fantastic move that you can use. All right, now on to the new stuff. Now when you think about speed and you think about running efficiency, it comes down to two things. One of them is the turnover of your feet. How fast are your feet turning over? The second one is the range of motion in the stride. And this is the most undervalued component of speed, is developing true range of motion in your stride. Stretching is fantastic, but it's not actually building range of motion in your stride. Your ability to take the hip through a greater range of motion. So what we're going to show you now is we're going to put a couple of moves into place that are a little more performance oriented, that take all of the range of motion and power that you used on the previous moves. Now you're going to have to put those into action that'll help transition your body into the ability to have higher amounts of range of motion and power in your stride. We're going to go back to the frog hop, and what Josh is going to do now is he's going to frog hop up 4 and then down 2, and then up 4 and then down 2. Go ahead, Josh. And as you go through this, now what you're doing, again, there's coordination involved, but it's that quick transition of power where as soon as his feet touch the ground, he's exploding back up into the air. Now I'm going to have him do those knee hugs again on the way down. Again, if you're a coach and you're watching this, make sure your athletes take the time to actually pull the knee towards their chest. It's not just kind of a lazy lift the knee up. You're actively pulling that knee up as high as you can. Okay, I'm gonna have Josh show you that one more time with a little more speed. And again, watch how quickly the transition happens. As soon as the feet touch the ground, he's exploding his body back up to the top. Okay, wide knee hugs on the way down this time. So again, you're giving the stimulus to the body now where you're forcing it to have to generate power and generate range of motion through the lumbar spine, through the pelvis, through the muscles of the hamstrings. And that in turn will transition and translate directly onto your speed and your ability on the road, on the track, or wherever else you're running. Okay, now let's transition 2 different angles. We're going to utilize the frog hop again and now combine that with a squat hop. So Josh will go from frog hopping up 4 to squat hopping up 3. And again, it's that transition of power coming from his pelvis. He's going to be going frog hopping 4, go ahead. And then he immediately transitions into a squat hop. Alternates back and forth all the way to the top. Good, go ahead and just crawl down. And again, notice the amount of motion involved in the exercise. In his squat hop, he's collapsing down. I'm gonna have him do that one more time. Watch as he collapses down. He's super quiet on the stairs because he's doing it all with his hips. He's not just relying on the explosion off the balls of his feet. As he lands, he's absorbing all of the pressure into his hips. Josh has spent a long time utilizing these moves to build that power and efficiency in his stride. So he makes it look a lot easier than it's probably going to be for most of you, but stick with it. All right, we're going to give you one more today, but this one comes with a little bit of a disclaimer. As you're doing these moves, we want you to know that there are a lot of levels that you can accomplish in regards to the power and the range that are in your hips. Josh is going to show you another version of the frog hop, but this is the highest level of range that you can achieve. So when you get to this point, the amount of efficiency and power in your stride, you will notice a huge difference when you go out for your runs. So Josh is actually going to do a frog hop, but his feet will land higher than his hands. He's going to go up, I believe, from hands on the 3rd, feet on the 4th. And again, notice the amount of motion that has to come out of the hips in order to accomplish that much power and that much range to punch the feet above it. Again, he makes it look significantly easier than it really is. So don't attempt that one until you're very comfortable with all the other frog hop moves. But as you start to generate that kind of power and that kind of range in your hips, utilize that move at the very end as well to be able to incorporate high levels of speed, power, and durability into your stride. All right, so those are the new moves. Next up on the video, we're going to give you the example both for a sprinter type athlete and more of a distance type athlete. It'll be a complete exercise routine on the stairs that you can mix in. Feel free to ask questions in the comment section if you want more detailed information on any of these or how to incorporate them into your own training program. Just fire away and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.